No, no, I don't want to. So it seems I have 19 people watching this. Oh, it's just dropped to 6, which is hilarious because this is a practice to check my connectivity. And I kind of thought it was private, but it seems like maybe it's not. So hello, welcome. This is a yard. I'm really pushing the limits of where I can wander about today because I'm sick sitting at my desk. It's really boring. And I've got loads of cool buildings and cool stuff I could be showing you, but if I'm using a static camera, then I'm kind of stuck at my desk. So this is pretty much the far reaches of what we refer to as Gillies and Mackay, all the way down here at the bottom of the yard. And yeah, like I say, I'm actually just wandering, and I didn't know I was going live here. So we've not got a bad view. I'm sure you would agree. We're right out here at the fields of East Inchmichael Farm. And yeah, well, I'll just show you around since there are people here. Hello, I'm Amy. I'm the marketing manager here, and I'm usually the person that does live streams. And I'm just having a practice. I'm just having a play. I'm kind of new to the whole live streaming business. It's been a ride so far, but I'm seeing how it goes. So, like I said, today the plan was to just have a wander and check out. I've been doing some tinkering with internet settings and bonding and all that kind of chat. So I just wanted to see if it was going to work. So yeah, like I said, I'm right down at the bottom of the workshop, right down at the yard. I'm covered in beasties because the year where there's cornflies everywhere. Cornflies are actually a bit better now. And yeah, what you see down here is a load of buildings that are ready for flat packing. So we've got a shed here. It's a larger building. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Maybe a workshop. and they're put up on these dollies, on these pallets, so that they can be put into the van and loaded up when they're ready to be delivered. Obviously, storing buildings takes quite a large amount of space. This is the most space efficient way we can do it. But yeah, there's actually quite a few. I don't recall seeing as many as this, but I'm not down here all that often, so maybe I'm blethering to you here. We've got another one over here, and we've got some of these spare units there. What else can we see? Aye, God, I never usually get this far out, because normally I'm stuck where the Wi-Fi router is. So we've got a van over here. It's Ross's van, as you can see, it's written on there. And then Deer and Aaron's van that they use when they go out to insulate and line buildings. We've got our CSR wee storage shed down there. And we've also got a sign left over, I believe, from when Cara got married. I wasn't here myself for that auspicious event. It was before I worked here, but it looks like it was a good time. I mean, the food sounds awesome, the photos look great. Okay, let's carry on. So that's the bottom yard. We're now getting up into the top yard. As you can see, whole lot of timber going on, and we've got greenwood out here, and we've got radiata weatherboard at the back. You can just about see that's the browner stuff. Up there to the farm. Over here, Mayor Wood, obviously. We go through a lot of that stuff. And Gordon's the wood guy, and he's always talking about how difficult it is to store things. Now this is the bit where I'll get into trouble, because somebody's going to tell me that this is a mess. And you know what, sometimes it is a mess, but also sometimes it gets cleared up again, because when you're working with a whole lot of materials, you don't always keep absolutely everything absolutely spotless, but we do our best to make sure that we know where everything is and we see what's going on. Oh, I've just realised that the reason it's so quiet down here is because it's lunchtime. There's absolutely nobody in the workshop for me to come in here and show you cool stuff. But yeah, here we are, Marewood, lots of it. So this is the area that Bobby uses, our woodcutter. Oh, standing on a bit weatherboard to cut the wood over here. Like I say, absolutely nobody here because it's lunchtime. My timing sucks as usual. We've got another saw over here and more wood there. And hold on, I'll keep walking you through. Oh, it's so weird being in here with it being quiet. Normally there's nail guns and there's saws and there's general hubbub, and sometimes there's singing and carrying on. It looks like there's a whole lot of stuff being delivered, which hasn't been put away yet. So yeah, at the back there, oh, isn't she shiny? Well, I had to get a new forklift truck. The old one very much died a death. So this is the new guy. I said, isn't she shiny? And then I said the new guy. Is guy like gender neutral? I don't know. But yeah, that's our new forklift. Haven't seen it in action yet. It's pretty cool. I mean, compared to the old one, it looks extremely swish to me. Not that I am an expert in any such forklifting thing. We've got a paint store just here. And as the label says, this is Jamie's bench, but nothing going on at the bench. That looks like a shed panel to me. And you'll see this looks familiar. So Jamie's building the panels there on his bench, and then he's putting them up here onto the rig so that they can be stored down in the yard, or depending on when that building's going out, might get stored. It might go straight onto a van. Then that's the extractor. Something's happening. Then we're down here at Dean and Aaron's domain. Again, they'll be getting me into trouble. This doesn't look particularly spick and span, but what I love about Dean and Aaron's benches, there's always something weird and unexpected. Like, I didn't know there was an iron in here, but there it is. That is a Russell Hobbs steam iron. I don't know why it's here. I did discover a couple of weeks ago that you can use a hairdryer to get superficial marks out of radiata cladding. So maybe it's the same thing. Then we've got an area out here where Ben is working at the moment. And more storage, more wood. Oh, I could take you up into the Peace Hut where everybody's eating their lunch, but as I say, this is just a practice. Nobody knows I'm coming. That feels a bit mean. But I will bring you upstairs, past the Peace Hut. There's the Peace Hut there. And I won't go into the office because there might be people in there who are getting it also. Well, do you know, I had big plans today. The reason I've been doing all this tinkering was to try and show you something cool. and it's all gone wrong, but here I am. Hello, just to let you know, just to let you know that I'm recording, and I'll try and not get you on camera if you don't want to be, or if you're not bothered, just keep wandering about. Yeah, apologies. I actually didn't mean to be recording, and now here I am, so... Okay, yeah, this is you have all these media policies and getting permission from people, and then occasionally, sometimes you just forget and you stick a camera up somebody's nose. Okay, I'm in the wrong end of the show area completely, because what I wanted to show you today was the Radiata buildings that I've been talking about for so long, been talking about them for weeks. And, well, there's a good reason to show you at least one of them, two of them. But what I was going to talk to you about today was the whole, what do you do these buildings? Like, what are they for? So I'll show you what they look like first. And I've done this in like video clips, but I haven't really done it live, so apologies if it's a wee bit wobbly. Like I say, this was meant to be a practice, but here we are. Let's just go roll with the punches. So this is the Ranic. Looks like a drawing of a house. And this one's cool. Now, this is a particular experiment because the internet is not brilliant down here, so I'm going to just check. Oh, hello from North, or indeed, if you've got any other questions about me generally rolling about this place. So this is it's been beautifully furnished by Cara, our CEO. She makes the whole show area look absolutely gorgeous. This is not my skill set, it's not my area of expertise at all, making places look beautiful. The only reason I've got throw cushions is because my husband quite fancied some. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn this around so you can see me, and I'll put this down somewhere so I can tell you what's going on. Oh my god, such professionalism, eh? Right, I'll have a wee seat. Oh, now my wee tiny pinhead in the corner. Okay, right, chaos, still a tiny wee pinhead in the corner. Welcome to Gillies and Mackay, welcome to the Radiata Garden Rooms, and welcome to, specifically, the Ranic. And the question that I was going to ask today was, what can you use a Radiata Garden Room for? This one is set up to be used like an office. So there's a desk in here, there's a little bureau with books on it. There's enough space in this building for there to be more than one purpose, which is nice. So I could be sitting here typing away, doing my office laptop thing, but there's a little sofa, there's an easy chair, there's a lovely stand with, I'll show you this again, it's a lovely stand with plants and things on it. And loads of art on the wall and loads of plants. That's definitely Cara's jam when she's decorating buildings. So this building's, this is big. This is as big as the Rads come. They go up to 12 metres squared. So this one is exactly that, 4 metres by 3 metres. It's pretty, isn't it? And there's double glazed windows and doors. And the roof, the floor and the walls are all fully insulated. That's important because if you're working in here, if you're using it as a home office, then you don't want to be freezing. It also means that at this time of year where, believe it or not, we can actually get pretty cosy in the summer, it helps to stop the building from being absolutely sweltering inside. Don't get me wrong, they do get pretty cosy, but that's exactly what the doors are for. So this one in particular, you could use this rad as a home office. You could have your desk set up in one corner, you could have, I don't know, I guess you could have storage, filing cabinets, bookcases, anything like that you needed. You could have a wee server tower and all that jazz. Or you could combine the space and have a nice wee space. I mean, again, if this was an office, this would be a nice place for meeting clients or, bringing people in to have meetings, things like that. So that's how we've got this one set up. Okay, there's still some people watching, which is very exciting. Hello, thank you. And we're going to move on. So, like I said, I genuinely was just out to test the internet connection and to see if it would work today in preparation for doing a live stream. And I thought I was on practice mode. Yeah, I'm not great at this yet. Oh, sorry, I'm all in the wrong place. So moving on. Next, we're looking at the Vorlich, and the Vorlich is also a Radiata Garden Room. You can tell by that darker brown cladding. And we'll go inside. Now, you might have seen this building already if you've been keeping up with our lives and keeping up with our videos about the show area. Because the show area changes every year, it's pretty cool to take a look at how it looked last year and how it looks this year. and what's changed in the meantime. Now, this building was actually decorated completely differently. Cara had it all set up in, I think April, May, they were originally done. And then, as she is wont to do, she changed her mind and she decided to shuffle some furniture about. So, this is very much enjoy your leisure space, no particular fixed working purpose building. And, you know, it's ideal for that. You can probably see, if I back up a little bit, it's got a sloping roof. It's higher at the front and it's lower at the back. And that makes it great if you're trying to put in a building into a garden where it's close to a boundary and you might fall foul of planning permission rules otherwise. But not all of our buildings need planning permission. Lots of them go in without it. But if you are trying to get to those permitted development rules, this building can help with that. So we've got a lovely bookcase over here and a typewriter. I adore the typewriter. Here it is. I'll show you up close up. It does work, but there isn't any paper in it at the moment. And there's spare ribbons for it somewhere. We've got some lovely artwork on the wall. I haven't seen this before, actually. That's maybe new. More plants. A little corner unit and this lovely... This is like, it's half chair, half sofa. It looks like it's a chair with aspirations. I kind of love it. And then a lamp and some more plants in the corner. Over here we've got a mirror, which always makes the videos hard work. Hello! And a wee table with some flowers. We get our lovely flowers from Laura at Flowers by the Brae. If you're looking for beautiful bouquets, she is the lady to see. And because we're in our show area, there's also a sign on the wall here. Oh, there I am in the mirror. Just telling you all about the building. And sometimes people are into that and they want to know all about the specification and every single detail. Today I thought I would focus a wee bit more on just like what do the buildings look like and what you can use them for. Okay. As I said, if you've got any questions about what I'm doing here or about what this is all about, I will say I'll probably shit my pants and freak out if things start popping up on the screen and I don't know how to do it. So, I mean, if that's the sort of thing that entertains you, then by all means crack on. Ask me a question and I'll see if I can answer it. But otherwise, we're just having a wee nosy around the show area today. And I was answering the question, what can we use a Radiata Garden Room for? So stick around if you're interested. It'll go up on the page later on if you're busy just now. I know it's lunchtime, so we'll see how we're going. Okay, on to the next one. I'll show you where we're going. So, out the doors for the Vorlich. Vorlich is much the same as the Ranic, different shape, but otherwise it's got the double glazing, it's got the steel box profile roof, it's got all that stuff going on. And then we're going to move on to the Jney. The Jney's a cool guy, and the reason that I wanted to show you the Jney particularly today is because the last time I made a video out here, the Jney wasn't decorated, and it's been decorated since then. And it's got, you know, I'm always a bit like, do we need to call them man caves? I could quite happily hang out in here, and I'm certainly not a man, but isn't it beautiful? So again, we've got our double glazing outside, it's fully insulated, all that jazz, but doesn't it look cool? So this chair, I absolutely love it. I'm a bit scared to sit on it, to be perfectly honest. And again, this is a space for leisure. This is a space to just chill out, do the stuff you want to do, play the guitar, have a drink. There's a cool cocktail set over there, and, you know, record player on, something nice in the cocktail shaker, maybe something to read, maybe a little bit of music, tinkling along as you go, and this really, really comfortable, beautiful chair. So this is the Jney, and you might notice, so I've just walked in the door, and what we're looking at straight ahead here is a corner. And that's because this building is specifically meant to go in the corner. Our web designer thought he was very funny the other week. We've been doing some updates to the website, and he used the phrase, put this baby in the corner, which I totally love, even though Dirty Dancing is not my favourite. Sorry if you're out there loving that film, but it's not my favourite. Yeah, so if you've got a space that's in a corner and you're like, oh, it's too awkward, you'd never get a garden room in there, you never know. The Jney is designed for exactly that purpose. So I'll back out a little bit so you can see that a wee bit more clearly. So essentially it's a square, and we've turned the square diagonally, and we've chopped the front corner off it. So that back corner will slot right in next to a hedge, or in between a wall and another building, or whatever you've got going on in your garden. So yeah, this is another one that you could very much use for chilling out in. It's pretty cool. And again, beautifully decorated. Not by me. I'm never the person that anybody lets decorate. Okay, moving on. We've still got folk here. I'm going to take a look around. We've got some people who maybe don't want to end up on camera, so I'll get out of the way and not bother them. And we've got one more Radiata Garden Room left to show you today. So here we go. And here she is. This is the Krogan. And you maybe noticed that the Jney over there, whoop, Michael Baycut, the Jney's got shingles rather than steel, and so does the Krogans, because they've got shaped roofs. Also, some people like the look of them better. We love the Krogan, but it always gets covered in bird shit. It's really annoying. I don't know how to fix it. And it's kind of high up, so any suggestions on how that works, I have no idea. Oh, Sandra's saying it's not a dating platform. I'm confused. Just to let you know, you'll be on camera if you walk past me. If you're not bothered, crack on.
I just need to empty the tissue bin.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's all glamorous here. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was saying it's not a date. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We love to share the shed love, but maybe not directly on the YouTube streams. That would be a little bit hilarious though. Okay, the Krogan. So it's also pretty planning permission friendly, this one. Because if you put the shorter end, the sort of this side of the roof next to your boundary wall, it's going to help you out with your height limitations. If planning permission is something that anybody wants to hear me talking about, man, I could talk about it all day. Nobody ever wants to listen, but it is a complicated business. There's loads of questions to ask about it. But that's not what we're here for today. Now again, this building is very much like, let's just make it look beautiful and sit down in it and enjoy the garden, which on a day like today is a very, very pleasant thing to be doing. So we've got our double glazing again. You will be starting to notice there's a definite theme with the plants and the beautiful furniture. So this building, we decorated this, and I actually made a video of Cara as she decorated it all, and she explained all her choices, and then she made a few changes. So you can spot the difference if you like, if you're going through, if you're that sort of person. But here it is in here. We can basically just kit it out for sitting down, looking bonny. Now, as for this cupboard, I guess you could have a wee drinks cabinet in there. You could, I mean, whenever I see a cupboard, I'm like, let's just stash some stuff in there, because there's always too much stuff. And we've got lights at the back. I'll let you into a secret, these lights don't actually work. But they could. There's no reason why they couldn't. We just haven't chosen to hook them up to electricity, because this is a show building. But a Radiata Garden Rooms, generally speaking, like 9 times out of 10, people do have electricity installed when they install them. And that means that you're not just looking at like a summer house lunging kind of building. You could have an office like the Ranic, where we started off. We have a brilliant case study that just was published this week of somebody who uses their Radiata Garden Room to run a massage business. And so she is loving the natural timber finish on the inside and the beautiful smell of the timber. Those are all very relaxing, and that plays into the vibe that she's trying to create for our clients as they come in for a nice relaxing massage. Okay, I once again can hear some people out in the show area who are maybe not willing to be on camera. So even though it's pointed around towards me, I'm probably going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for joining me. I didn't mean to be properly live. I thought I was practicing. Oh, now, sir, look, it's that stuff. We're here to talk about sheds and lovely timber buildings and relaxing in your garden. You're causing trouble. I see you. But I quite like it. It's good when people cause trouble. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to sign off pretty quickly. Thank you for watching. Any questions about any of the things that I've talked about today, the buildings, the garden rooms, the other stuff you saw as I was walking about, the business, who I am and what I'm doing here, why we're going live in the first place, crack on. I will answer almost anything, pretty much. Oh, is that a bold thing to say on YouTube? Yeah, it's true. I'm not bothered. If you want to ask me about my work, my job, what we do here, how it works, crack on. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Oh, I say that, now I need to figure out what button to press to actually get out of here. Probably the one with the big cross on it, I'm going to say.